Good morning. It is Thursday, March 20th. We have how many days till ASOTU CON, Kyle? How many? 50?
Not enough.
Not
50.
enough. We're talking about Amazon and Nvidia and GM and Amazon again today. Talk about Amazon twice. We're going to bookend it with the old Amazon combo.
The ASOTU CON website says 53 days, which is not enough days and too many all at the same time.
So I had a dream last night. This is the second dream I had about.
He's dreaming about the conference.
I can't tie
everyone. Just so everyone knows, everyone on the ASOTU team at some point starts dreaming about the conference, good or bad. It's just like one of those things. Yeah.
Well, Anne Marie had the first ones. She reported the first ASOTU CON dreams this year. It was about a month ago. She's like, I had my first ASOTU CON dream. So this year, last night it was. I showed up at a venue. It reminded me of when we did ASOTU Live tonight. I showed up at this venue. It was bigger though. It probably held like 1,000 people.
All right.
Everybody was there. Al was there. The whole band. The live. Yeah, he did. The Live Tonight band was there. We're loading the drum kit in and the lights and like people are coming in. It's buzzing, right? I'm excited. The band. I love it when the band's there, right? So we're going to do some music. We're going to do some. I get up on stage. The lights come on. The show starts. There's all these people in the audience. The audience was like a lot of families too. And I realized when the lights came on that we hadn't talked at all about what we were actually going to do on stage. but like no one talked about it. And then I started. So I'm like, what do I do? I'm going to start working the crowd, right? Nothing's rehearsed. So I start asking kids, like teenagers. I was like, this band knows all the songs, right? They know everything. So I'm like, what are some of your favorite songs? And they just started like ripping off these deep cuts I'd never heard of. Just
unbelievable.
And I was like, and then I woke up.
Oh man. See, but there's some truth to that because like we're like jam on the one, hit the 4-5-1, 4-5-1 and go, right? Like that's how we
watch me for the changes.
Roll. Yeah, me for the changes.
No, it's a scene from Back to the Future, right? Michael J. Fox, who's like blues riff and B, follow me for the changes, and then he just starts tripping. Yep,
that's good.
I know.
Hey, we're gonna be there. It's gonna be a bunch of fun. If you have a company that wants to pitch what you do to a room full of industry partners,
such a great
dealers, innovators, even investors will be in the room and will be judging. You can go to asotu.com/pitch tank and asotucon.com/pitch tank, and you can find the submission form to be included in Pitch Tank. Submissions will end soon, so get in there.
Yeah, everyone always asks, can I pitch? Yes, pitch is allowed. Pitch is welcome.
That's right.
You got to be
because the closer we get to the products that are serving dealers and dealers getting closer to those, the faster we innovate, the faster we get better for consumers. So
it's kind of the theme this year: converge, innovate, disrupt, repeat. Repeat. All right, let's talk about some news. Amazon has set its sights on used cars now. The company, which has already been refining its new car shopping platform in select U.S. markets, is gearing up to introduce used car inventory. Amazon Autos expanded from 58 markets to 68 since its national ad campaign with Hyundai in January. Amazon's director of autos, Fan Jin, confirmed that adding used car inventory is on the platform, is the platform's next big milestone, enabling dealers to sell both new and used inventory in a fully e-commerce environment. They're also exploring ways to offer F&I products in a low-pressure, consumer-friendly format, striking a balance between profitability for dealers and ease of purchase for consumers. Here's a quote. More and more customers are comfortable with a fully online transaction, Jin said, while noting that many still want an in-person touch point before finalizing purchases. It feels like...
Yeah. We know that. We know that. I think Amazon is figuring that out. Stay tuned for story number 3 today. You're going to want to listen to that one because here's my argument is if I am Auto Trader, Cars.com, Car Gurus, any third-party marketplace right now, I am scared, pivoting, working on refining my strategy for overall audience retention, for driving my brand awareness in all of the markets that Amazon Autos is entering. That's the first thing. Second, if I'm a dealer, I am getting on board ASAP, because this is a third-party marketplace, and Amazon understands that they still have people that want to be in person. They're just giving them another shopping journey to build awareness.
I'm looking all over. You're like, what is he looking for? I'm looking for my copy of the Innovation Stack by Jim McKelvey, because he tells a story in the beginning when they were making Square and these little credit card readers, and all of a sudden they got the worst news that any small startup company can get. Amazon's getting into payments processing, and they're developing their own card reader, and that seemingly felt like the kiss of death. However, that story ended by Amazon pulling out of that industry and sending every one of the people that they had acquired as customers a little Square reader. So, spoiler alert, but the book is worth reading.
It is worth reading. It is worth reading. I think,
and kind of part of Kyle and Mai's origin story. That book.
It is an origin story.
Thank you, Steve White.
I still think this has staying power, thoh. I think it has staying
it's
power.
not.
I think it's more natural of a shopping behavior for people to engage with on it.
I agree. I'm not saying it's going to go away. I was just trying to make people feel like, yeah, we're better at what we do. We are better at what we do.
Yeah, but they've got a whole bunch of auto people that are real tight to them.
No, they do. Auto tech partners, auto people. We'll see what happens.
Yep. Dealers that are already engaged.
But I think you're right. Treating it like a third-party marketplace and not like something that's going to take people out of your showroom.
Dealer, and they like I've talked to multiple people at Amazon that recognize that they need the dealer, right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's not a competitor. It's a broad and third-party marketplace for sure.
Well, speaking of tech companies and automotive getting close.
Whoa.
Segue.
Time. Yeah, they are.
That's a viable segue. At NVIDIA's annual GTC conference, GM announced a major partnership with the chipmaker to integrate AI into its vehicles, factories, and robotics. GM will use the NVIDIA Omniverse platform to stimulate real assembly lines, reducing downtime, improving efficiency.
Wow.
NVIDIA's AI training software will help GM's factory robots improve tasks like precision welding and material handling. Next-gen GM cars will also feature NVIDIA's Drive AGX system on a chip capable of 1,000 trillion. That's 1,000 trillion operations per second. That feels like a supercomputer to enhance, or like a quantum computer almost. I know it's not. To enhance autonomous driving, while GM Super Cruise is highly regarded, the automaker is looking to NVIDIA's tech to advance its self-driving capabilities. NVIDIA's automotive division is still small, the article notes, generating $5 billion in revenue this year, but VP Ali Khani sees a $1 trillion opportunity in automotive.
Yeah, for sure. The $1 trillion opportunity is no doubt. It's going to be a question on whether or not the auto manufacturers can take the technology that exists that the rest of the world is utilizing for software development and implement it in their onboard systems, right? And if GM can do it, these are the gold standard in chips right now, right? It's basically Nvidia and Qualcomm out there for all the money across the world, and Nvidia is leading the charge and has all of the funding because of their interactivity with AI. And so, if you're shouldering up to a partner, probably the right one if you're trying to implement AI solutions both in the factory and in the driving style. Still can't believe they don't have Apple CarPlay.
I know. I gotta say. Buying the Ford F-150 Lightning versus the EV Silverado, Apple CarPlay not being in that thing, I don't know. The flip side is the Polestar 2 that I've rented several times now, the Google Maps works so good in it.
It doesn't matter.
I'm kind of like, why would I need CarPlay? It works so well. The interface is so clean. So I got my music on the Bluetooth. I got the Google Maps built into the car. The voice recognition works. I don't know. Maybe they can pull it off.
Yeah. I mean, this is where you need UX designers.
Yes.
Not just UI designers, right? Like you can build a beautiful UI, but if the UX isn't clean, seamless, easy to use, like quick to understand, not distracting from the road, like that's where all of this kind of like crumbles if that doesn't work.
Without a doubt. All right. Speaking of
back to Amazon. I already got this one going.
Hey, a new report
from Numerator reveals key insights into Amazon shopper demographics and loyalty, highlighting both strengths and potential areas for growth. Here's the big strength. Amazon boasts a staggering 99% repeat purchase rate, far exceeding the e-commerce industry average of 28 to 30%. 75%.
Huge one. Hold on.
70. Yeah,
Pay attention.
It's unbelievable.
Go ahead.
75% of Amazon shoppers are women, and they are more likely than the average consumer to use the platform.
Oh, so what you're telling me is who everyone knows is the decision maker in a family on a vehicle, even if they're not the one running point, is actually the one that's on Amazon making the decision without.
I'm going to be presented with vehicle opportunities
without salesperson interference.
Wow,
that's a key connection.
Here's another one. Amazon sees higher engagement from rural and middle income shoppers, but urban and lower income demographics are less active, while Black, Hispanic, and Asian customers all index below the national average. So a little bit of disparity in like socioeconomic or cultural interaction. Baby boomers, 33% of Amazon shoppers, though they're slightly less likely to shop there than other generations.
Absolutely.
So like as a user base, they're huge. I mean, we know that because baby boomers is a huge generation. Yeah. But they're still like,
but the boomers like walking into the dealership. The boomers are largely what's the youngest boomer? Nathan? What's the youngest boomer? 50? Come on. I thought he would. Is that the youngest boomer?
Ish?
Am I that close to being a baby boomer? No. Am I? No. Because I'm 46. I think it's like 60.
Well, I tried to go fast with AI and I accidentally was in GPT-03 mini, so it took a little longer.
That's such a 2025 thing to say. It's so silly.
If you put that and you just sent it, if you just said that 12 months into the past, everybody would be like,
what?
Yeah,
what do you work for NASA?
Everybody's like, is this guy like?
But he used 03 mini, so it was slower, right? All of it. All of it doesn't make sense. Okay.
So boomers are between born in 1946 and 1964. So that means someone born in 1964 would be around 61 years old.
Ah, okay. Yes. Okay. So most of them are retired and they would love nothing to do than walk into the store, drink your coffee, and talk to everyone that walks by. So why would they buy on Amazon? They can't do any of that.
None of that. None of that.
Car anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, my dad's definitely not shopping for a car on Amazon. Now, my mom, she will wear out some Amazon purchases. Well, I mean, she gets boxes every day.
Hence the statistics. That's unbelievable.
There you go.
Okay, I don't know. Have we done enough damage today?
I think we've hit him in the face today.
Okay. Look, we hope help you laugh a little bit. Why you realize that things are changing, you can change with it. The coolest part is this ASOTU community are all the people changing the fastest and the ones you want to be friends with. And they're all going to be at ASOTU CON.